Guess who's back, guys? This is your co-host Joanna, and stay tuned for this week's 420 episode.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome to Latina Wednesday,
where we bring you guys a new topic every week, and we talk about it, and we discuss it amongst us, and we give you guys what we think and our Opinions. Mm-hmm. So yeah, guys, this week, Jessica is not here this week. She actually just started a job, so she's not gonna be with us today.
Just today, hopefully. Crossing fingers, she gets to be on the next one.
Yeah, I hope so. Cause I was gone for 2 weeks, and that was already like,
and it fell off.
Yes,
it fell off.
Really, guys?
Yes,
you guys miss me?
Yes,
oh,
you can feel like another, like someone's missing.
Yeah.
I think because we're just so used to it.
Yeah, for sure. Because, like, even to remember earlier, I was like, oh, Jessica's not here. I can feel it. Like,
yeah.
Especially because, like I said, I'm coming back. So I was already expecting to see my crew.
Yeah.
And my crew members. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're still not complete. But
yeah. God willing, we're going to keep it going, keep it rolling. We're going to keep it pushing.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to keep that ball going.
Did you at least listen to our episode?
Yes. So I really, really liked it, guys. You guys did awesome. I was a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
Yes. Especially because I felt the different opinions you guys had. I can tell you, like, you guys are going at it. So
we were.
I found it so interesting to see how each of you view love and just,
Yeah.
So I really, really liked it.
I was like, ya casi me quería agarrar a Jessica y a Karina. I was like, how the hell
de los pelos right there.
Yeah, like I got a little loud for a moment there.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that. I was like, oh, shoot. I'm like, there goes Karina.
Even I had, when I was listening to it, I was like, whoa. I turned my volume down for my car, and I was like, whoa, I got too loud right there. What's going on? It was funny, though. You know what's the funny part about it? When I know what I said in the episode. When it gets released on Wednesday, I listen to it and I sit there with like the fattest smile on my face, and I'm just there like
crying.
Like, what are we gonna say? Like, we were already,
and I like re-laugh at what I say, and I'm just like, que pendeja. I'm so weird. But yes, I do listen to my own episode.
I hate when I go and I listen to the episode or like any episode, and I say something so cringe, and I'm like, oh my god,
like fuck again.
But sometimes, fíjate que no se me han dado las ganas to literally text me and be like, Yesy, can you go back to episode number 5?
And erase part.
Yeah, and erase part 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just kidding. No, but really, like, I've gone that back to listen to episodes because I just, I forget a lot of what I say, and I'm like, oh my god, like, let me go back and make sure you're just, just listen to it again and just see what I said. And sometimes I'm just like, oh my god, Joanna.
She comes up to me and she's like, dude, I can't believe I said that on this episode.
Yes, and it's so embarrassing.
Like, you did. You don't remember? She's like, no, that was so long ago. And
yes,
I'm like,
especially because we started like a year and some change ago.
Almost a year.
That is so cool, and it seems like such a very short time. I don't feel.
To be honest, it doesn't seem that way when I look at the episodes. When I see all the episodes we've done, I'm
we
like,
have more than 42 episodes.
But that's what I'm saying. That's when I'm like, oh no, we've been doing this for a while.
We have
like 40
every Friday
episode. Like, come on now.
Oof.
Sorry guys, you guys can hear my little eyes going back and forth. My dream.
My Jovis is thirsty.
Yeah.
Literally.
So for this week's topic,
yes,
I guess you guys kind of have the idea of what it is because of the intro.
Yes,
we're gonna talk about that the ganja and the hookah. I'm just playing, but we're gonna talk about cannabis, weed, other known as the devil's lettuce. I don't know. There's so many names people call it, but
okay, the devil's lettuce. I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
that was my first time when you said
especially
it. I was like,
because on TikTok you're not allowed to say weed, marijuana, cannabis. You can't even say cannabis flower, none of that.
Wow.
So people say devil's lettuce, so that way people can know. Okay. You can't even spell it out like in your caption. None of that. It's all monetized or whatever you want to call it.
When did this happen? Has it
it's always been like that. Yeah. Even if you see like people will try to spell it but with different letters, words, numbers. Yeah, because they're trying to spell it without saying it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm actually really excited about this topic. I'm just I don't love it, but it's something that I do So I was so excited. I was like, I'm ready for 420. So
I know.
I'm ready for
super
this
ready.
episode. Boy,
Do you know where the 420 originated from?
No, I actually don't. Did you see? Did
Yes,
you?
girl.
What is it?
You know
Where?
me.
No, Miss Jasenia.
Yeah, she did her research. Why 420?
So 420 started. It actually started in the 1970s, and there's a lot of speculation of where it came from. But in reality, it came from a couple of teens from a high school in California. So their code was like they would meet all together after school at 420. So they first started calling it, "Hey, are we gonna meet at 420 at St. Louis?" I think it was. And then they dropped to St. Louis, and then their code was like, "Are we gonna
420.
meet at a 420?" The time after
okay.
school.
420,
And then everybody knew what 420 was. They were
meant.
gonna gather together.
And they're about to
then-
smoke some weed.
Yeah, so the 420, that's how it started. So then everybody just started off with 420. 420.
I wonder how it
They
became a
picked it up.
holiday though. Like an
Yeah.
actual, not a
Because-
holiday. I don't want to say a holiday. Let me not get too ahead of myself.
Well,
but something
like a
that actually people,
celebration.
celebration. People actually like, literally, I've seen people like take a day off work for 420, bro. Like it's
yeah.
like people take this really serious. Like they will smoke that whole day. Like what's the move? What's the move?
The major potheads.
Yeah.
I would call it a for me, it's a holiday for me.
For real?
Yes, holiday for me.
For me, yes, we're like 420. Woo, woo. That whole day, I'm listening to 420 songs.
Do you,
Oh, yeah.
do you take the day off from work?
No, if I could,
I
I would.
try. I feel like the last 2 years I have, but this year I don't think so.
No.
This year I'm like, come on now, you're grown. Like
This year,
get
it
some
falls-
responsibility. But no,
falls
I'm
on a
not gonna
Thursday.
lie. Me and
Yeah.
my friends, we used to like literally be like, okay, you get a morning shift, and I'll ask for the day off, and then that way in the nighttime, we'll have the whole afternoon. So we
Oh
would like
my
plan,
God.
coordinate it, and be like, okay, you're buying this much of it, you're buying this much, and then at the end we're gonna have this much, like this is how much. Yeah, it was like a whole thing.
That was like a whole strategy right
Yeah, honestly, I feel like when I was younger, it was more prominent in my life. Like I would say, like mainly my world revolved around it because of the people I was around.
there. So what age do you started?
Oh, you me first? I
you.
started. Oh my god, I want to say 15, but I'm pretty sure I was like 14 or 13. I was really,
Wow.
really young. I was in 6th grade.
Who introduced it to you?
Not me.
My sister.
Not me.
Yes, it was.
Mom.
It was.
No.
It
was not
it
me.
And honestly, I was pretty young. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty young.
Yeah,
I
I
was
think you were
6th
about
grade.
14 years old.
You were
Yeah.
14?
No, I was 14 as well. I was 14. I was in 6th grade.
And who introduced it to you?
My friend.
Wow.
Yeah. But my first time, I don't think I inhaled it correct. Well, I didn't smoke correctly because I didn't feel anything. And I was scared because that time I had stayed at Jessica's house. So obviously, I was going to go home after school, get in trouble.
Yeah.
So I was very nervous going home. But I felt completely good.
Normal.
Yeah, I felt
What about
fine.
you, Yessie? Have you ever tried it? Dabbled in it?
Dabbled in it.
Yeah.
I tried it. And I was old as fuck.
Really? You were already old?
How old are you?
Yeah, I was 27.
Wow. So you didn't even try it in your teen years at all?
Never.
That's good.
That
I was
is
a good
good.
girl.
I feel like you rarely hear about that. I feel
You
like
don't
people
have-
try it in their teen
You didn't have
years.
bad influence around you.
No.
At that
And
age.
No, I mean, I did saw people and I have friends who did that, but nunca me llamó la atención. Like,
Yeah.
and then,
Or even wonder what it felt like.
yeah, and then remember, like, our little crew, we were
yeah.
like little chamaquitas. niñas, like,
you're right, you're right.
So I think if we were, maybe it would have happened if we were hanging around with the friends that actually did it on a daily. Maybe it would have happened. But because it was just us, it never did. It never
Yeah.
got to that point.
You're right.
And I feel like you guys, like how you say your friend group, it was of good girls. Like
Yeah,
you
we
guys,
were good
yeah, you
girls.
guys didn't do that stuff.
Yeah.
But how did it feel when you did try it for the first time?
I was like Karina, I inhaled it wrong.
You're like, I didn't feel shit. Just kidding.
No. I inhaled it wrong. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. and I thought I wasn't breathing.
Yeah, you're like,
You kind
I
of
was
like
like-
started choking. Como que
Yeah,
like
like-
it went down the wrong hole.
Yeah, I
Okay.
went down the wrong hole, and then I was freaking out. I think it did affected me, and then I was like, I'm not breathing.
you're like,
I was fucking breathing. Obviously, I was alive.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm not breathing. Y me
Like-
ponía la mano aquí abajo de la nariz.
Yeah.
and you couldn't
Just to see if I was breathing. Ay, pero también idiota yo, obviously.
yeah, breathing like
Yeah.
you're not suffocating.
Yeah, and it was the most traumatizing thing.
No.
But
What did your friends say? You were with friends, right?
I was with my babe.
Like that's the best
The way
time
you
because
said
that's
it.
someone you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
What did he say?
They're
Did
gonna
he freak
protect
out?
It was like, you're okay. You're okay. It's gonna go away. And then, like, I think because he was so calm, it made me feel calm.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
That
but
tends to happen.
I was like, and I fell asleep.
Oh, okay, good. At least it made you sleepy and you were like paranoid enough, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, I was old. I was so
Yeah.
old. So I mean, to me, it was like what's it called? Like a taboo. Like, oh
Okay.
no drugs, no drugs. And I was
Yeah.
like so scared of it. So when I was 27, I was like, well, I mean, everybody does it.
Yeah.
Nobody's dying from it, so why not?
No, for real, no one
Yeah.
has died from it. So
Yeah, so me atreví, pero yo creo que I wouldn't have done it if it was the opposite. Like if I knew
Yeah.
there was a rate of death, I wouldn't
Yeah.
have tried it at all.
Yeah,
I
like,
was
fuck
like,
that.
hell no.
I'm good. Like,
No, thank you.
yeah, for real though.
Yeah.
Dang. Honestly, the first time, like I said, it was with Karina, but I didn't do it right. Like you guys said, I didn't inhale it right. So that night, I went to sleep like normal. I didn't feel anything. But I remember the second time when she offered it to me. The second time when she did offer it to me, I remember that time. They did something different to it. Her friend,
What?
codeine, like medicine. So that does something else. Like you're adding something else to the weed. So
Yeah.
mind you, it's syrupy, it's sticky, it's like medicine on it. So then like that time, oh my god, that was a whole different. Like I was just like, whoa. Like I felt like so lightheaded. I was just like, oh my
And
god, I
that
was
was your
freaking out.
first time?
That was like where I actually felt something, and I was like, oh, like this is what they were talking about. Like this is what you feel.
Yeah.
And I just remember I felt just really, really hot. I just felt so hot because we were in the, like, they call it hot boxing. It's like basically when you're in a car and you just smoke, but no windows down, nothing.
Oh
So
my
No
it's just no AC,
What?
nothing.
That's why it's called hot box.
because you get higher from all the like
And
you
air-
get secondhand high and you're getting high, so it's like
And
you
it's
know?
hot in that motherfucker.
And it's hot in there, so I was getting
I'm
so
already sweating
hot.
just thinking about it.
So I
You
don't
done
know.
it too, Karina?
What, hotbox?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was doing hotbox incorrectly. When I first started doing hotbox, we would leave the windows down and we would have the AC cut on. So one time I was smoking with another friend, and she's like, "Let's hotbox," and I was like, "Okay." When I see them roll the windows up, I'm like, "Okay, okay." Dude, when I tell you we started smoking, we smoked 2 blunts, and oh my god, when I tell you, no AC, windows all the way up, the car was completely smoked out.
And mind you, there's like it's packed with people breathing.
Did you do this
like,
at night or during the day?
nighttime?
Well,
Well,
in the
nighttime.
daytime, people can see you. They can report you, and you know, obviously, marijuana is illegal in the state of Florida. That's if you have a license, it's different, but there's still a lot of rules you have to apply while having the license and how much you can carry.
By the way,
on
we
you.
got our license, so for legal purposes, we got our license.
Yes. And my eyes were burning. My eyes were burning because of the smoke. So I would just close my eyes in seconds. When I opened them back up, they were really watery and just super burning.
Yeah.
And it was getting hard for me to like breathe. And I suffer from a lot of allergies. So I was like, and I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm opening the door. They were like, no. Boom, que la abro. All the smoke starts coming out, and it looks so cool. So, yeah, that was my first time real hot box. I was dying in that bitch. We had just smoked 2 blunts, but it was my first hot box.
She's like, it's too
It
much.
Yeah, it was too much for me, and
And you weren't doing it right.
I mean,
you were-
yeah,
In the beginning.
In the
beginning.
Well, at the beginning, yeah, but I was high as hell, and yeah, it was too much going on for me. I was like,
You're
hold
like,
up,
I'm
hold
over
up.
it. I'm over it.
Yeah, but I can say this: my first time smoking, I thought it was weed. After I had first smoked, I said after so many times. The first time smoking, I didn't do it correctly.
Okay.
This was my second time, and we did the hot box. My third time, I was smoking with friends. They didn't tell me it was K2. I think they call it K2, which is like synthetic weed, which is like fake weed. It's not weed. It's chemicals.
You tried synthetic weed before?
Yes. So, and
Did you felt a difference?
Girl, let me tell you.
You tweak on it. Like,
It's bad.
crazy.
Like, you can... That, I believe you can die off of it.
Like, you can stay like that.
You can stay stuck in the fucking viaje. Anyway, so I smoked. They didn't tell me. They didn't tell me that it was synthetic. So I kept smoking like it was nothing. Everything was good. Once we finished the blunt, I just remember we were going home, and at that time I was with my ex-boyfriend, and he had this little car, and he had what is it called, the bass, when they have.
Oh yeah.
He had bass, so he still hadn't turned it on. I think this is what triggered my trip. We were leaving, and his cousin was like, "Oh my God, you look high." As soon as he said that to me, I started panicking. Like, I could not stop thinking about like what I had just done, like smoked. I felt guilty. He turned on this music, and it was just, the bass was too much. I just started like shaking a lot, nervous for no fucking reason. That's what kind of got me like, what the fuck? I felt uncomfortable. I kept moving around in the seat. So as I was moving it around, I was like, dude, I feel uncomfortable. Like, this chair, like the seat feels hard as fuck. Like, what the fuck? So I looked down, and I seen screws in my arms, like here and my elbow, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I remember I was sitting there going like this, and he looks at me, he's like, you good? But he was driving, so he just said, you good? And he looked back. I didn't recognize him. Dude, like, whose car am I in? Yes, I looked at him, and I was like, wait, whose car am I in? Oh my God, me robaron. And I was like, fuck. Oh my God, I started panicking. I started to cry, but not like hysterically. Like, my eyes got watery. Tears were coming down my face, but I wasn't, tripping, like crying. So I said, wait, we came with his cousins. Let me look back. If they're there, I'm good. If they're not there, I'm fucked. So I look back, and they're fucking eating chinos. Like, we had just bought Chinese. Yeah. They're grubbing. I'm talking like, wow, wow, wow. And I'm like, okay, I'm in the right car. And then that's when I couldn't take it anymore. I literally put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm like, babe. He looked at me, he's like, why are you crying? I'm like, pull over, I don't feel good, pull over. He pulled over, I got out the car, I was like, I'm tripping, oh my God, my hand, it looks like a screw. Around that time, I was about 16 years old. Okay. Yeah, and he was like, why didn't you tell me? You were tripping, like, how long? Like, you've been crying? And I was like, I've been crying for quite a minute.
I feel like a lot of people can have, well, that was K2, so that's a whole different thing.
After that, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I stopped smoking for 2 years because I was scared, and then they told me. Then later on, I met up with them again, and I told them the story. They're like, that was K2. I was like, you're telling me I believed weed did this to me, when in reality this was like some other drug. Like, that's fucked up. This whole time I thought so bad about weed, and it wasn't even like that. So then I kind of got back to it, like smoking weed.
Like I was saying, that's why I say, like I said, that's different. But people have different reactions to weed all the time. I feel like I've been with people that take it fairly well. Like, they're like, oh, okay, like, this is okay. But I've been with people who have also, like Karina said, tripped on it, like, where they're like, I'm thinking too much, or oh my God, I can't stop thinking about this. They get overwhelmed. It's like over sensory mode for them. So I feel like, honestly, I wouldn't suggest anybody try it. No one is saying try it. I don't recommend unless, like, you're a full adult. I really do. Like, I hate when I see teens use it, because I feel like eventually, I'm not saying it's a gateway. Like I said, I don't believe marijuana is a gateway drug. I don't.
Why don't you believe that?
Because I've seen people being able to function. I feel like I've seen plenty of people live their life smoking marijuana on a regular basis. Just keep, like how I say, like, they don't lose themselves in the sauce. Okay. If you know what I'm saying, like, they don't lose themselves in that. So when I hear people say like, oh yeah, like it's a gateway drug because then you do crack or heroin or cocaine,
But it is true because they want something stronger.
Yeah, for some people, but I believe that's more within like lean, other like I want to say prescription drugs. I feel like that's a gateway drug because lean cough syrup, that's like you get really slow, like you get like down, it's a downer, which is so much of everything else, like not cocaine, heroin. I feel like that's also a downer, and I feel like that's where people start trickling down. Like, what? Oh my god, I want to feel more higher and more higher and more higher. But
do you know
I've never seen anybody like go from weed to heroin or weed to cocaine or like anything like that. Well, personally, like I said, for me, I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure it exists.
Yeah. Do you know that 1 in 10 become addicted to marijuana?
Yeah,
and if
I
you
believe
start
it.
before the age of 18, it's 1 in 6.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I believe that because I feel like once you try it as a teen, it becomes a habit.
Yeah, and then you just become very addicted. But like Joanna said, I don't recommend it. I would say as you get older, once you get your shit together,
then
once you have like your job, you're good, you're not out here bumming, then I think you can.
Which is what I was going to get to next, because that's what I wanted to ask you guys. Do you think someone can properly function being under the influence of marijuana?
No.
No, at all. You don't think they should be driving?
Okay, let me take it back. I think in certain positions, like if you're working in certain, that you're not able to function fully. For example, if you're in the medical field, right? You have to be alert. And you have to be on point with everything, you move around on the go. So if you're under the influence, I believe that you're not capable. I mean, it depending on what type of your back you know, like you're doing back work or maybe at that point, but to me, I feel like you can, because I feel like after, and especially if you've been doing it for a while, it's gonna affect you, because it does affect you.
It has long-term effects more than short-term.
Yeah, it affects your coordination and your movement. So those are some side
Even
effects.
as you get older, your memory loss, as well as I believe
you have permanent IQ loss.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, what is that thing called? What is that intelligence thing called?
That's what happens.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
No, I believe it though. I really do believe that, all of that, because I've seen it in myself, the difference. I went from being able to spell and give you whatever word you wanted. Like I'm such a grammar and like spelling. Well, I used to be.
Can you push
not anymore. But I feel like I used to always be on my like A game. Like I used to be able to spell whatever you wanted. I could have spelled quadrilateral if I wanted to. But now I feel like, oof, boy, I struggle to find the adequate words to use, or like just I struggle in my job. I'm just like, damn, bro, what's that word? You know that word that like, you know, and like
it might be also because you're stressed and all of that has a lot to do with it. But I mean, if you know you do this on a regular basis
and you know what it does to you, you know it's most likely that.
I don't know, guys.
Do you feel
I feel like it's different for everybody. Obviously when I first started smoking, I was a little slow. Like when I would smoke, I couldn't go completely high to work. I was a register at that time, so I had to manually type everything, memorize all these prices, memorize how much each pound was of certain things. So I would try not to, if I knew, like if it was on a weekend, I wouldn't smoke before work. If it was during a week, I would smoke, because I knew my day wasn't going to be I didn't have to be as quick and fast. Like I was so having a chill day. It did affect it.
Okay.
Now driving, I actually fucking did amazing back then, driving. Now I can't smoke and drive. Like I don't like it. First of all, I don't like it because I have a lot to lose if I get pulled over. So that's like an automatic DUI, even though it's not alcohol, but it's drugs. Now, you know, if you're under the influence. So I don't like it. I start tripping. I'm all like, oh my God, un pinche policía. But let's just say I'm here, I smoke, and then I go home. Yeah, I'm panicking. I feel like I'm not driving correctly. I can't do it anymore. So I do feel like it affects a lot. But there is people that are like, no, I'm good. But it's just everybody's different.
Yeah, I agree because, like you said, I feel like at work I've never had a issue, but I have felt like that paranoia where I'm like, oh my God, does anybody know? Do I smell
do I
like
look
it?
funny?
Do I look funny?
Yeah.
That's what goes through my mind. But as far as being able to do my job, thankfully, I've never had issues. I've been able to gracefully walk in there high as hell.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Be good.
do my job. But I will say that I've seen it go very, very wrong for people. Like where like they do it and they think they're okay, but then like they get like you can just tell on their face like you're ready to go home. Like don't do that. Okay, Yesy, you can tell when we're high, right?
Yes, I can tell.
When we come.
What is the number one thing that besides our eyes being red? What's the other? What's the second
that's
thing?
a telltale.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the second thing that you can say? Oh, they're
That
high.
I could tell with you, you're more chill.
Okay.
With her, she's more talkative and she likes everything. Oh, how you doing? She wants to know more about you.
Yeah.
Even though she already saw me like
Exactly.
last week.
I just saw you.
So she turns
Oh my
into
God!
this.
How's, like when I walked in, I was like, "Oh my God, how's your weekend going?" And it's only Friday. I was like, "I'm sorry," but okay. Another
Yeah, so
one. Do you think there's a healthy way to use marijuana and then there's an abuse way to use marijuana, or you think it's both abusing? Like either way, if you do it, you're abusing the drug.
No, I mean, obviously there's studies out there that it helps for cancer patients, you know, because it does trigger the appetite and obviously for seizures. So I think in those ways, I think that's awesome to use it. Like, why not, you know?
Yeah.
Especially because there is no death rate. Obviously, if you, like you said, if you lace it with something else, obviously that's to be aware of. But the majority, if you know where you're getting it from, then it could really benefit the patient. But now, if you're gonna use it just because of the feeling of it, that's where I'm like, no. If you're just gonna chill with it, obviously, if you have, I know it helps with pain as well,
Anxiety a lot,
anxiety and all of that. So like, if it's gonna benefit, you know, like just as long as you have it in the back of your mind, where like, if I stop it, I'm gonna be good, because you also have withdrawals. After you stop.
do. And I'm not gonna lie, I've gone through withdrawals before. I've done myself a tolerance break before. Like I've gotten to the point where I'm like, damn, I don't get high anymore because I get high so often.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, like I don't feel the same. So I would my dumbass, what I would do is I would take 3 months or like a month, maybe 2 months if I made it, and I would not smoke, and then just so I can feel that high again, like but stronger, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So in those like whenever I was withdrawing or whatever, the thing, like you actually feel real symptoms, like you feel groggy, you feel moody, like your moods are up and down, like you're mad, you're sad, you're like it's horrible.
I want to die.
I want to die.
I mean, do you like that feeling? Like,
No. Well, when I
like when you're going through withdrawal.
no,
Hell no.
because then you get insomnia. You can't sleep either.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
you cannot sleep. You're like, because then you're thinking about it. You're thinking like, when am I like?
Damn, guys, I don't know if I've ever had a withdrawal of
I
weed.
have, like I said, and especially because I went to Mexico this winter, so I didn't smoke for like almost
3
a month.
weeks.
Almost a month.
Yeah.
So I felt it the most there because, like I said, I got insomnia. I would sleep like at 3 a.m. because I couldn't sleep, and then I would like literally I would be thinking of like when I'm gonna get home and smoke. I'm like, I can't wait. So like that's when I was like, whoa. But then even when I came back, I stopped, like I didn't smoke for a couple weeks because I was like, I just want to, like, I felt more woke, I guess you can say.
Now, Jessie,
withdrawals are real. I'm like
Jessie, question. How do you view people when they smoke? Obviously,
Oh, yeah.
you
How
view
do you
us different because you know us. You
Yeah.
know, we're not bumming out here. You know what's going on with us. But let's just say you didn't know us or
okay.
someone that you
Like,
see
you just
smoke
see
weed,
smoke and, like-
what do you think?
What's the first impression that you get
Yes.
from them?
First of all, like I said, like it doesn't bother me. It bothers me when it's being done in front of children.
Okay.
Or if como bien descaradamente que you just out there showing it to everybody. I feel like that's very disrespectful. If you're in the right crowd and the crowd, you know, if you're chilling with your friends and that's what you're gonna do, that's fine. But if you know you're gonna be in public, I think you have to be more like
discreet.
considerate and discreet, because not everybody agrees with it.
Yeah.
Especially if there's kids around. I'm like,
That's where I'm like, dang, people are really dumb sometimes. Like, I see people smoking in the park where there's kids.
Exactly.
Or like, come on, bro. Like,
But guys, you gotta
go to
think
the
about it.
beach or
It's becoming.
something.
Well, I'm not saying it's okay. Of course, you know, don't smoke it. It's like the same as cigarettes, secondhand smoke, and with
Exactly.
weed, it gets you feeling some type of way.
Yeah.
So a kid can get high off second smoke. So I can see that being wrong, but about people smoking at the park is not the place to smoke.
Yeah,
But
and
let's just say
and a
I'm
lot of
walking
people-
out of Walmart and there's a guy standing there smoking a blunt. To me, I would be like, okay, whatever. You know, to me, no es así like, oh my God. Because I feel like nowadays it's becoming so legal. Like if you have a license, you're able to smoke. Like that, like a cigarette.
Okay, I agree. But if you're gonna do it and you have to do it while you're out, go to your car.
Yeah.
Take that little trip back to your car and do it inside your car.
There's a place and time for everything.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying, like, it doesn't bother me. Like, you can do it. Just be respectful of the families that are around you. Obviously, there's some families that are okay with it. They're not gonna say anything. But to me, it's like, no.
And like, that's where it's like, you have to see where it's socially acceptable. Like you said, read the room, like where you know at, because I've been embarrassed before, like from literally smoking somewhere. We were at a party and it was a teenage party, and I'm not gonna lie, I should have known from the jump, because the parents were the DJs, so I should have known, like, oh, it's a family party, it's not just a teenage party, you know.
Yeah.
So we go, I'm having a good time. We're sitting down, you know, and we're not even drinking because the parents didn't let us drink. So I should have figured by then, like,
A teenager, you're over there trying to drink.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
And I mean,
Just
come on,
kidding.
we're already like 17.
kidding.
I was about
I
to be
know.
18, like, you know. So then I'm like, okay. Then the guy we were with that came to the party with us, he was like, oh, I'm gonna light it up or whatever. And I was like, okay. Like, I was like, but ask. I was like, ask, because we don't know, like, who these people like that. You know, if it was our friend, then yeah, hey, yo, is it okay? But we don't know these people, so ask, is it okay? He asked, instead of asking the person that lived there, he asked the person that invited him.
Oh my.
So the person that invited him obviously was like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it's fine. Dude, the parents get on the mic at the party and they're like, whoever's smoking, please get out of the party. We don't do that here. You guys are so young. Like,
They went off on you guys.
off in front of the party, and everyone in the party just staring at us like, oh my God,
who
like,
dares
who the
smoke in
fuck? Yeah, like, y'all fucking hood rats, get the fuck out. And I was just like, dang. And I was so embarrassing, guys. Like, we literally had to get up and walk out of the party. It was just so embarrassing. I was just like, oh my God, what the fuck? I was like, why would you guys even do that? Like, you guys couldn't have waited. Like, it was embarrassing.
I bet.
So that's what I say. Like,
there's
please be
always-
considerate about where you're doing this at. Like,
There's always a time.
all right, y'all. Now to a more serious question. What do you think is a reasonable amount, or like something you wouldn't say that's too bad for someone to spend on weed or marijuana? Weekly, yes, weekly.
Well, I don't. Es que yo no. I never bought this.
Never.
So
Do you know how much? No,
No, but I'm gonna say 60
$60 a week.
a week.
Wow, I'm like, that's pretty pricey. Okay.
Oh, that's pricey?
That's pretty pricey for
Oh, okay.
me personally. Because
So how much?
wait, how much do you spend, Karina?
A week?
Yes.
Damn. No, I spent about maybe $50.
50 bucks a week.
I buy like twice a week, but that's the thing. If you buy a small amount during the week, like a Monday
Okay.
or a Sunday, and then by Wednesday you gotta buy again. So it's like
So it's 50 every time you buy?
no,
It's
25
50 in
each
total.
time I buy. But
Okay.
if I buy twice in 1 week,
Okay.
$50 in 1 week.
I would probably say the same.
So what's
But
the
like
what's the
25. No,
decent-
for me 25 because I don't like Karina said, I only maybe once a week because I'm like I said, I rarely use it like that much.
Okay, so I wasn't that off.
No, you weren't. That's what I'm saying.
off.
You weren't that off
Okay.
at all.
But if I could, a week.
Yeah, if it was a week, I'd spend about 100.
Or
if I
more.
could.
Really?
Yeah. If I could.
Like if I didn't have bills to pay, that would be.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, because I have no idea how this works. I'm just like there and take it in it. But como cuánto, how much of it do you use for one smoke?
One consumption. I would say probably a whole gram for every consumption. And I
and for the
consume-
price that you pay, how much do you get
you get 2.5 grams
for the price that
for
you?
the price for 25. That's why it's 25.
So
Not us giving out your prices.
No, for real.
Nomás te
No.
dura
I
como
lied.
que
I
dos
lied.
días?
I lied. And the 25, it's 3.5. Sorry.
So te dura como cuántos días? 3 días?
3 días, 4 a lo mejor. Maybe if you're not feeding. No, but yeah, I would say, and then I consume, I would say maybe 3 grams a day.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
She
dude.
just realized that shit.
Yeah, I just realized, like, no, yeah, maybe in like 2 days or 3 days. 3 days max, dude.
Dang.
Yeah, because
When it's Monday through Friday, it's a small minimum waste, like $50.
Okay.
Now, when it's my weekend, when I say my weekend, like I don't have my child, I'm alone,
You're
I'm
free.
good.
Okay.
That's where I attempt to smoke more because
How
I'm
much?
able to.
Okay. Is it
Damn.
given to you or you buy it?
I buy it, and then
Okay.
obviously I hang out with friends, so we
Okay.
smoke.
Okay.
So I smoke a lot on the weekend.
on the weekend.
She's not
I don't
gonna
even want to.
disclose.
I don't even want to say how much
Okay.
of grams, but I would say if I'm not pointing out wrong, maybe like 5 grams in one day.
God
Dear baby
dang,
Jesus.
on a weekend,
on a
that's
weekend.
a lot. And that's
one day,
another
yeah.
thing. Like, I feel like a lot of people. It also depends on how you smoke it, because there's a lot of ways you can smoke weed. A ton of ways, maybe.
Okay.
Like, so you can obviously roll it on a tobacco leaf or a joint, which is paper,
Yeah.
or you can smoke it in a dab, which is a wax form of weed. Yeah, and that's a little bit more. That's for like the pros, like, because you got to get a torch, you got to light.
Damn.
Like, yeah, girl, it's a whole process. Then there's also like bongs, bowls, which is like a pipe, and then like
Okay.
yeah,
Something
so
quick.
that's something.
Something
Yeah,
quick.
that's like for a
Okay.
quick little. Yeah.
Okay.
And then obviously there's like other stuff like wax pins and dab pins and stuff like that. So for me, preferably, I've always been the type to like just smoke like a joint instead of like anything else, literally.
Okay.
But when I was introduced first to dabs, I want to say that's a different ball game. Like, I feel like that is a
What's a
whole
dab again?
different. A dab is the wax form.
Okay. Okay.
So that's where you have to like light up a torch. It's like
Okay.
from a glass pipe, and like, yeah, it's so crazy.
And it's much stronger.
Way
than
more
the
stronger.
leaf. It's wax. It's like the pure.
Form
Uh-huh.
of like marijuana, and
So-
it's like it's an intense high. Like,
Yeah, it is very intense.
I honestly, I would have not tried it if I would have known what what it would have been like. Yeah. So I would say like everyone has a preference to how they smoke it. But yeah, I would say other how do I say, other methods can get you higher than others. So like joints still get you regular. Dabs, I feel like that's a little bit more. And then there's like edibles as well, which is
Yeah.
like you put it in food or like snacks.
Yeah.
And those,
Have you tried that too?
yes, those get you, like those you'll actually trip. I believe.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that's why most people, they trip on edibles, because you really have to measure it. It comes in milligrams, and you have to know how much your intake is, because you're actually like,
It goes with like your weight. You
Yes.
have to go with your weight.
because it's breaking down in your body, so your whole body is feeling it. Like, it's, you ingest this, so it's like a little bit more intense.
And it's a different high.
What is
to
it like?
me, it's not a happy high. To me, it's like I want to just sit there and just fall asleep. I don't want to do nothing.
Sometimes. For me, I've had both experience where, like, how she said you feel like you're just sinking in a sofa. Like, you ever seen those commercials where she's like, she's not moving?
And she's just sinking in like that.
It could literally feel like that. But I've had edibles that are really, it's more like of a happy high, like the sativas, I guess you can say.
Okay.
So those are fun because I feel like that is where you like, you're stimulated in all parts, and you're not, it's not a down high, it's more of an upper high. Like, you're stimulated.
So interesting.
Yes.
Not me being so intrigued by y'all. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I mean, and there is different. There's sativa. She just mentioned sativa, which is a high, like a happy high, which is you're motivated to do things, and then you have your indica. Your indica is more like pain. Like it helps you with your pain. I've noticed it makes me very tired. Not super tired, pero como que siento el cuerpo más relajado, and I feel like I just want to sit down, relax, sip on some coffee, and just chill. Like,
Yeah.
So it really depends on what bud you get, because you can get you can be out and be like, oh, I'm gonna smoke, y de repente you're stuck with the indica, and then you're like quiet, fuck, I'm high as fuck.
So you have to really know like the difference and like what you're
so
consuming.
it's not like you can just walk out and get whatever, because it's not the same reaction.
People do. I feel like a lot of people that are like new to it, they're just like, oh, I'm gonna go buy some weed,
and they just buy whatever.
Yeah, I like to ask, like, hey, is it more sativa or indica? Yeah, sativa está más carita.
Anything that like where you're getting how do you say that you get what you pay for.
Okay.
So like if it's expensive, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get like you're gonna get good stuff. But if you're gonna,
do y'all get the good stuff?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't. I've got the good stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I've got like what is it called? I've spoiled myself and I've gotten it before.
Back then.
Yeah, back then. Like
there was a lot of
$50,
shit out here.
$80 worth. Like, and I would be like, okay, fine. Like, you know what? I'm spoiling myself. But nowadays, a bitch gotta fucking pay bills. So I be getting ratchet shit. Don't get me wrong, it's not like shreds
boo-boo.
or anything. Yeah, it's not no boo boo the fool, but it's
but it's still good.
It's
okay.
It gets the job done. It's like
but there really is expensive weed out here, and it looks
amazing,
dangerous.
Like you would eat it.
Is it amazing or dangerous?
It's amazing.
It looks amazing, but it also looks dangerous. Like, damn, you're gonna get high as fuck. Like, the orange hairs, the crystals on it, like you can just tell, like, damn, this looks like some fire ass shit. You can tell the difference between some regular weed and then
like the Reggies. They call it Reggies when it's
and
not
then
good.
you get your gelato or stuff like that.
Do you get bad reaction from it?
You can,
but what if you buy bad weed? You just won't get high. You'll get high for like 15 minutes.
You won't feel no stimulation up here.
So then you're like, and this is the bad thing, because then you're like, fuck, I don't feel high. Let's roll another one. Y ahí se te va más pronto.
Todo, yeah.
So por eso es mejor to buy good weed. You smoke yourself a joint, and you're good. You're good for like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, but I suggest that if you're ever sad or like mad and you smoke, you'll see a difference. Like you'll see a difference in your mood. A good difference. Like, I remember, and this was probably like, I remember I stopped smoking a long time too because Karina got pregnant. So like that was my only source. So when she was pregnant, I was like, so I didn't smoke that whole time. So then whenever, I don't even think it was with her. I think I had a friend and she told me, she's like, and I was like, dang, dude, I haven't done it in a long time. I'm so down. Let's go. I remember that time I was like super excited, and I guess that like, you know, I was like, so oh my god. So when we got to her house or whatever, there was she was having like an altercation with her boyfriend or whatever, or I guess the guy she was talking to, and I remember I got so upset, like I got so mad because he was like talking on her, and like obviously they were talking back and forth, and I'm just there like standing, and I was just so upset because I was like, I literally freaking lied to my mom for this, like, girl, get it together. Pues ahí voy, way. And when I tell you, I noticed a difference from like when I was like so like, oh my god, bro, like I want to get out of here, to when I smoked, I was like, oh my god, like that's when I realized that it's also like how to say, for me personally, when I'm upset, like that's my happy place. Like that's where I go to just like decompress.
I was just gonna
let
ask
go
you.
of the bullshit. Like wow, like I forgot about it like this. Like it seemed so little to me at that. Like once I smoked, I was like, damn, I was mad over that shit. Like damn, what the fuck? Like girl, you came there. Yeah, I reflected on it. And that's where I was like, whoa.
But doesn't
like,
that make you want to do it more? Because
that's what I was just about to ask Joanna. Like, what is? Because my mom asked me this when I just recently told my mom last year that I smoke weed. She knew, but she never wanted to confront me about it. Okay. But I told her. Okay. And her first question, why do you smoke weed? So my question to you, Joanna, why do you smoke weed if you're willing to open up as of why?
Yes, but I don't want to be taken, like I don't want it to be taken out of context, because
then you don't have to share.
I mean I want to share, because like I said, it's what comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth.
It's because what you just said right now, how it makes you happy.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. I feel like that is one of the main reasons why I do it, but I don't, how do I say, I don't do it to escape those feelings, if you understand me. Like I don't do it to completely forget about it and be like, oh my god, I just don't want to think about it right now. I'm going through, like I'm like, oh damn, like this is why I'm going through it. Okay. And I like really think to myself, and like I don't want to call it meditating, because you know when you're meditating you're in your sanctuary and you're, you know, but to me it kind of feels like that. Meditation then. It kind of feels like that to me, because I feel like I reflect on things. I look at like things that like seem so big to me, like problems, like you know, or if I'm like going through it, I feel like I take that time to actually reflect on what it is that I'm doing with my life, or what it is that I want to do, or you know, what was it that upset me that day, what was it so prominent to me in that moment, like what made me so mad about it. But I wouldn't necessarily say I do it because like, or if I'm upset, oh, I need to smoke, I need to go smoke. No, I don't ever get so upset that I'm like, oh no, I need to smoke. Okay. Or like mad and I'm like, I need to smoke, or like upset, you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I feel like that is where I feel that why I do it, because I feel like for me it takes that reflection for me, because I feel like I don't do that on my own. I don't just sit in my thoughts and just think about what I did all day. I don't do that for myself. So I feel like when I do smoke, I take that time and I actually do that. And I actually think I relax. What about you?
You do it for the same reasons, or do you do it for some other reasons?
To be honest, I suffer a lot from depression. Not anxiety, very little, but it's more depression. As in, I just sometimes feel like I'm a piece of shit. I don't feel motivated sometimes. I feel like, oh, no voy a ningún lado. Like sometimes I'm very negative Nancy if things don't go my way. So when I recently was going through a long time ago, when I was going through real bad depression, I smoked, and then to be honest, it made me feel very motivated. It made me think very positive. I started thinking like, yes, I'm gonna do this, we're gonna do that, like we can't stay in this spot. Just motivation. Like it does bring happy to me, but it's more motivation. Like when I smoke, I'm happy and I'm able to think more than just depression and sink into my problems. So I guess it is kind of like the same, but to me it helps me a lot with depression. It like I said, is my motivation. It sounds crazy to say that's my motivation, but when I smoke, my mind just opens up and it's like lo que venga. Like I'm ready for whatever's coming for my day, and I'm more like focused, like okay, I'm gonna do this and that.
I was gonna say that too, because even I don't go to the gym right now anymore, but when I used to be able to smoke and go to the gym and be fine. Like,
I do that.
That would be like my oof moment. So you know what I mean? Like it's just so different for everybody, and like people use it for so many ways.
And I also obviously to relax my body, relax my mind.
Do you feel like people judge you differently because you do?
Yes, I feel like people have known me before they know I smoke weed, and then once I tell them, or like they see it on my Instagram or something, it's like, oh shit, like
es que mucha gente, it's weird. A lot of people that do smoke, sometimes they don't go the right path. They don't go through the right path.
Yeah,
they
that's true.
start fucking up, or they lose their job, they become homeless, or they let the
become bums.
laziness
Yeah, and
get to
it then
them.
as harsh as that sounds, no, they become bums. Like they put everything to the side. They literally put their life on hold for this. So I feel like that's going too far.
Yeah,
like
and I
ya
feel
cuando
like-
ya cuando no te da ganas de ir al trabajo, encontrarte algo bueno, something, or you don't have a hobby, or you don't like to go out but sit in your room and smoke. Yeah, there's something wrong.
That's
with
a
you.
Yeah,
problem.
th-
That
yeah,
to me,
that's-
that now that is a problem.
An
And I feel like
addiction.
that happened. That happened a lot back then, where people literally did that. That it affected the people after.
Yeah.
Because before I even told my mom that I smoked, every time my mom would see a homeless person or a person on crack, because you can tell the difference between someone on crack, heroin, and then there's weed.
Yeah.
You know? So every time my mom would see somebody homeless, cracked out, geeking and shit like that, she would be like, "Mira, ahí va el marihuano." And in the back of my mind, I used to always be like, "No, mom, that's not weed. That's crack. That's a crackhead right there." Like, but I never said anything till later on. I would be like, "No, mom, trust me, they're not smoking
But
weed."
I feel like as women, we're looked at differently because we're
Yeah.
women.
Yeah.
Even
Because
if-
I want to say, I've had partners that be like, "Oh, that's not cute. Like that's so unattractive.
I
Like,
would-
oh my God, women. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, you know, and you're doing all these things, but it's like I don't do it to be cute. I don't do it for you. I don't. How do you say? It's not a trend, or it's not something like you do
It's not to feel cool, to
feel
fit in
cool.
with a
Yeah,
certain crowd.
it's not.
It's something to help.
Yeah, and if it's like if I want to do it, let me like mind your business. I'm just kidding,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean. So I feel like it's taken so negatively sometimes. Like I said, especially for women, because you're automatically looked at like, oh, you don't have your life together.
And the Hispanics have a hard time
Oh, yeah.
grasping this.
Like,
Because we
no
just
matter-
don't- but they tolerate beer, alcohol.
Oh yeah,
But
but weed
the
is like you're pushing it, bitch.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're almost on heroin. Like
Yeah.
they're already thinking you're homeless
It's
out
just
here.
drugs.
Yeah.
Seriously, they
No, even in
family-
Mexico, like, and that's what Karina was like, oh, this year in Mexico, I'm gonna tell everybody I smoke weed. I was like, girl, you gonna be disowned. Like, you think my
Yes,
mom took it
it's-
well. Like, mom took it
Yeah.
well. Like, that we're lucky. I feel
Yeah.
so fortunate that my mom's very understanding. But other people are not gonna be as understanding, and other people are not gonna look at us and be like, really, that's great.
Yeah, no, they're no.
They're gonna be like, what the like? Why
and,
we here?
and again, especially because we're women, they're gonna
Yeah.
that
Anything-
automatically you're not a good mom, you're
And
not a
yup,
good worker,
yeah.
you're not a
Yup,
good wife,
you don't have your life
or
together,
whatever. It's
so-
always going towards that. It's like they poke the bear, literally. It's like poking the bear.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like with certain people, you just need to keep it to yourself.
Yeah, I feel like
you
I've
know?
learned that. Like I said, there's been people that known me before I told them, and then once I told them, it was like, oh no, I can't hang out. Like I've had a coworker literally tell me like, oh no, I'm sorry. Like I seen your post, and I was like, dang, yeah, and I was just like, what?
Oh yeah,
Remember
she
that
had
girl?
a friend,
And I was
that-
like, oh shit.
that literally told.
Like,
Okay,
I'm literally con la boca abierta. baby.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like, I want to
she's
say
like, she's like, I want to tell the story.
it. So basically, she had this friend for a long time. They were very good friends, and just because she posted
Close
a picture,
friends.
it wasn't even a video; it was a
No, it was a
picture.
picture.
And she literally messaged her and said, "Hey, my
My
mom
mom,
said
yeah.
that you're a bad influence because you smoke marijuana, and I no longer want to be your
Friends,
friend." And
yeah,
she literally she did it. Like she would not talk to Joanna.
Yeah, like
she
and
would
we had-
ignore her.
We had like almost 5 periods together, mind you. This was my friend like for most of middle school, and she would ignore me, like dodge me, like she did not even want to see me. I was like,
It's like if she never
dang,
even
it
knew who she
yeah.
was.
Yeah, and it was like hard. It was hard because that was my close friend.
Wow.
But yeah. And I understand because I was like, okay, like we're still young, you know. But even now as grown-ups, like I even like I have oh, that's what I was gonna say. I have older coworkers at my job, like older ladies and older men,
Yeah.
like, and they're Mexican, like, you know, so they're old school. So when I smell or like I go in their high, they just like, and they'd be like, oh my God, Joanna, otra vez, and I'd be like, I see, I'm sorry, don whoever, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, dang. So
Have
you
you came
can
across
tell.
that, Karina? Like así como con la friend de Joanna?
Not really. Where somebody just stopped talking to me for
Yeah.
smoking? No. But I
Have they called you out?
This girl did, but the funny part was that she was actually posting pictures and videos of her smoking prior, and I commented on her photo like, "Oh snap! I didn't know you smoke. Let's link up. Let's match." And she's like, "Yeah." And then like 2 days later, she told her friend that was friends with my sister, and le dijo like, "Oh my God, Karina's such a pothead."
Yeah, she said something like that.
So I have been like judged, I guess.
Yeah.
Like she literally told people that I was a pothead when literally she would
was
post
the one posting
on social media that she smoked just because I said let's match.
And like, I'm sorry, like there's nothing wrong with being called a pothead. It's just that I don't like the things that come with that. Like when you're called that you're known for, like that's already your key name. I hate that. I hate when people like just think like because I post it,
they automatically
think. And I know people say like be yourself, be unapologetically yourself or whatever, but I am sorry, but that's like too far for me. Like I feel like I'm sharing too much at that point. Like you know what I mean? But you were saying?
I forgot.
Sorry.
Well, I just want to say, like, in all honesty, like, you guys are handling it well, you know. Despite the taboo behind this, like, you guys still hard workers, you know. Like, y'all got your shit together, you know. Like, you don't have a man, like, taking care of you or doing things for you. You're doing it independently.
Correct.
Like, so, I mean, props to y'all. Like, if that's your lifestyle, then that's your lifestyle. Like, and I don't see like y'all lacking on anything else. Like it would have been an issue, or maybe I would have called y'all out if y'all was lacking on something. I'm like, girl, but get it together. You know, like, but you guys are so well put together. So
and I think that's important for like. I feel like if any of us were to like, you know, slip up or like not even that, but just have something really difficult we're going through. I think that's important for us to just be like, chill out.
Yeah, of course.
Would you listen to me if I was to tell you?
Yeah, definitely. And I always think that if you have a drug addiction, because this is a drug addiction, because it is a drug.
It is a drug.
And I am addicted to it.
You are?
I am, because I mean, if I don't smoke today, I'm going to be like, fuck, oh my God, I want to smoke. You know, I need to smoke. I need to relax, you know? But I feel like once your weed is smoking you and you're not smoking your weed, that's when you need to stop. I feel like once you stop handling your priorities and you make that first, that's when you need help. So everybody's just different.
Once again, we are at the end of our episode, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Ready or Not Latinas,
and also on TikTok at Ready or Not Latinas as well. And our Facebook. Don't forget our Facebook. You can always...
we forget the Facebook.
Yeah, we be forgetting that too. But you can always shoot us a message, guys.
For sure. And for all my smokers, happy 420, happy smoky. Make sure you light something up, tag us, show us what your 420 is all about, baby.
Happy smoking. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.